and welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, where verified insight meets global financial reality. Today, we bring news that has shifted from whispered rumor to undeniable confirmation, a monumental development for holders of the Iraqi Dinar IQD and Vietnamese Dong VND. After years of speculation and hopeful anticipation, redemption centers are no longer theory. They are live, active, and processing exchanges at long-anticipated international rates. This isn't based on rumors or wishful thinking. The activity is real, sanctioned, and underway. It began with quiet indicators out of Reno, Nevada. Staff working late hours at discrete facilities began noticing peculiar movements, unexpected meetings, transport vans with no markings, and technicians conducting after-mount system overhauls. These weren't coincidences. They were the signs of systems being primed for action. Within a short window, verified confirmations began to circulate. Secure exchange sites across the U.S. were not only preparing for activity, but already finalizing protocols for upcoming appointments and contract offers. Then came the decisive moment. Coordinated signals emerged from Iraq's central bank and Vietnamese financial networks. These weren't vague memos or unofficial notices. They were concrete updates indicating newly launched international exchange values for both currencies. As these figures populated trading terminals, private platforms, and institutional dashboards, long-held speculation gave way to cold, actionable truth. Within hours, a global reaction took shape. Exchange appointments filled rapidly. Redemption centers, some of which had remained dormant for years, suddenly hit capacity. From coast to coast in the U.S. and across Canadian provinces, holders of IQD and VND rushed to confirm appointments. The response was swift, passionate, and fueled by years of preparation. It was no longer about waiting. It was about acting on a moment that had finally arrived. Behind this dramatic shift lies a vast, coordinated operation, one not limited to any single country or central authority. Financial architects, regulatory compliance experts, security analysts, and digital infrastructure teams have quietly worked behind the scenes to ensure that when this moment came, everything from database protocols to physical site security would function flawlessly. Compliance with international financial standards like Basel IV was prioritized, and exhaustive checks were performed to eliminate potential fraud risks. This was never just about rate changes, it was about resetting how these exchanges functioned on a global scale. Inside the redemption centers themselves, order and security are the priorities. Every session is handled by trained professionals who utilize advanced verification tools to confirm the authenticity of currency, ownership documents, and participant identities. Legal teams oversee compliance in real time. Anyone walking in must carry government-issued ID and, where available, proof of purchase for their foreign notes. The exchange offer itself varies based on several factors: the denomination and condition of notes, volume held, and whether the participant qualifies for structured payout programs designed for larger holdings. Preliminary figures coming out of these sessions are turning heads. Reports indicate that the Iraqi dinar is now exchanging at rates between $0.03 and $0.04, depending on those same eligibility variables. For the Vietnamese dong, numbers are emerging in the range of $0.00 to $0.00. These values represent more than just a financial uplift. They symbolize years of commitment finally paying off in life-altering ways. It's important to note that redemption centers are not your local bank branch. These are specially designed, discreetly secured environments, constructed specifically for the global currency reset. For years, they've remained out of public view, functioning under strict confidentiality agreements and internal security frameworks. What was once quietly constructed and maintained is now at the heart of the world's largest coordinated financial shift. So how does someone get through those doors? Most centers are currently prioritizing appointments made through pre-approved exchange groups or referrals. However, as confirmation spreads and public awareness grows, many locations are beginning to accept new appointments on a rolling basis. If you're holding IQD or VND, now is the time to tap into reliable sources. Do not post your intentions or personal data online. Avoid unverified offers that promise exclusive deals or inside rates without legitimate credentials. Unfortunately, scammers are already attempting to exploit the moment. Remain cautious and only act through secure, verified pathways. Some of the early stories filtering in are nothing short of transformational. People who held onto their notes through economic hardship and public doubt are now walking away with a future rewritten. Parents are erasing years of debt. Retirees are securing peaceful futures. Nonprofits are preparing to fund long-dreamed humanitarian projects. This isn't just about dollars, it's about impact, real lives, changed by a moment they believed in even when others didn't. But with opportunity comes obligation. Those participating in these early exchanges carry not only newfound financial resources, but the responsibility to handle them wisely. If you're among those preparing for your own appointment, organize your documents today, get proper guidance from certified financial advisors, and make choices rooted in knowledge rather than excitement. You may only get this chance once. Treat it with clarity and long-term perspective. At Iraqi Dinar News, we remain committed to bringing you verified, time-sensitive updates as this story unfolds. The next 72 hours will be critical as redemption activity increases, more rates stabilize, and the real implications of this reset begin to emerge. Stay subscribed, turn on notifications, and continue following our reports to navigate this historical moment with confidence and awareness. The shift is no longer coming, it's here. Redemption centers are live, exchange rates are activated, and if you're holding IQD or VND, this might just be your time. As the redemption window widens, more individuals are stepping forward to share what this moment means for them personally. From urban centers to small rural communities, stories are emerging of long-term currency holders who endured years of uncertainty, finally seeing their patience rewarded. These are not just financial transactions, they are emotional conclusions to a long-held belief in something bigger than themselves. A currency reset that, for years, seemed out of reach. For many it started over a decade ago. A whispered rumor, a tip from a friend, or a chance encounter that led to the purchase of a few banknotes. Over time, those collections grew, and so did the skepticism from others. But now, with rates showing between $0.03 and $0.04 for the Iraqi dinar, and $0.00 to $0.00 for the Vietnamese dong, the reality is no longer in doubt. Exchange centers are operating, the systems are active, and former skeptics are watching real outcomes unfold in front of them. The operational blueprint of these centers has been carefully designed to accommodate this massive shift in wealth, while preserving order and transparency. Participants are often given non-disclosure agreements as a condition of their participation, which is why official updates remain limited. However, the consistency in the stories coming out, matching rates, similar procedures, shared timelines, all confirm the legitimacy of what is unfolding. Some appointments involve structured payouts that include multi-tier contracts, particularly for high-volume holders. In these cases, additional benefits are offered in return for agreeing to long-term investment plans or project-based allocations. These programs are optional, and individuals are advised to carefully review all terms before signing anything. Legal and financial professionals are present at many locations to help answer questions, but each participant ultimately bears responsibility for their choices. Timing remains a key factor. The current period, often referred to among insiders as the release window, is tightly controlled. Reports suggest that redemption centers will operate at full capacity for 72 to 96 hours, with a gradual slowdown expected as initial demand levels off. Those who miss this window may still exchange later, but possibly without the enhanced benefits or structured rates currently being offered. That's why urgency and preparation go hand in hand right now. Security remains a top concern throughout the process. Participants are advised to arrive on time, carry only essential documents, and never discuss exchange plans publicly or on social media. Several cases have already been flagged where individuals fell victim to phishing attempts or were misled into revealing their holdings. The most effective protection is silence, discretion, and reliance on trusted communication channels. There's also increasing discussion about how this reset fits into the broader shift in global finance. Many economists now believe that these currency exchanges are part of a deeper restructuring aimed at moving the world closer to asset-backed monetary systems. Iraq, for example, has been aggressively expanding its gold reserves, modernizing its banking laws, and implementing digital payment reforms. All signs that align with long-term global monetary policy changes. Likewise, Vietnam's rapid economic growth, trade partnerships, and infrastructure investments suggest a financial model poised for international recognition. Neither country's actions exist in a vacuum. Their involvement in this realignment shows just how interconnected global currency systems have become and how coordinated efforts across borders are shaping a new financial era. While former President Trump has not commented directly on this specific currency event, many supporters point to his broader economic policies, particularly those focused on monetary reform, trade balance correction, and national asset repatriation, as early catalysts for this movement. His prior administration emphasized decentralization, stronger financial sovereignty, and reevaluation of international monetary policies. Those themes resonate deeply with the philosophies now underpinning the IQD and VND exchange processes. As we look ahead, many questions remain. Will this financial shift expand to include other undervalued currencies? What new regulations will emerge in response to these exchanges? And how will traditional banking systems react as non-bank redemption centers gain prominence? The answers will unfold in time, but one thing is certain. This is no longer an underground discussion. It is happening in the open, in real time, and with massive implications. For those still preparing to exchange, the checklist remains simple. Verify your documents, understand the terms, and remain calm. If something feels off or too good to be true, walk away and consult an expert. This is a life-changing moment. There's no need to rush into anything without clarity. At Iraqi Dinar News, our mission is to keep you ahead of the noise. We're continuing to monitor redemption activity across multiple time zones, verifying rates as they update, and gathering first-hand reports from participants across the country. Our team is filtering out the noise and delivering what matters: real data, real outcomes, and real-time alerts. As always, remember that the financial world operates in cycles, and we are now living through one of the most significant transitions in modern currency history. If you're holding IQD or VND, the future is no longer something to speculate about, it's something to plan for. Stay informed, stay secure, and above all, act with integrity as you navigate this remarkable financial chapter.